We hear all the time that AI is the future. But what if it's already here? What if it's ready to grow your business right now? Today, we're going to demystify all of this, how amazing tools like ChatGPT are moving out of science fiction and straight onto your bottom line. It really all starts with a question that sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? How can a machine do things we've always thought were, well, uniquely human? We're talking about a machine drafting your marketing emails, finding your next customers, or even helping you brainstorm your next big idea. That's the puzzle we're going to solve together today. So, to get our heads around how a machine can think creatively, we first need to agree on what we even mean by intelligence here. So let's start at the very beginning. What exactly is artificial intelligence? At its core, the definition is actually pretty straightforward. Just think of AI as any tech that lets a computer do stuff that would normally take a person to figure out. We're not talking about building a conscious robot from the movies, but about creating a really powerful tool designed to handle specific intelligent jobs. This whole idea of mimicking human intelligence really comes down to four key things. First, being able to understand language, just like you and I are doing right now. Second, recognizing images, like when your phone spots a face in a photo. Third, making decisions based on data. And finally, and this one is huge, learning from experience to get better over time. And here's the wild part. This isn't some futuristic fantasy. It's already woven into our everyday lives. Seriously, if you've asked Siri or Alexa for the weather today, or just let Netflix or Spotify pick your next show, you've used AI. These systems are quietly learning from what you like to give you better suggestions. Okay, so now that we've got a handle on what AI is, let's zoom in on one of the most powerful and honestly game-changing examples out there right now, ChatGPT. You can pretty much think of it as your own personal AI assistant. So what's the big deal with this thing? Well, to put it simply, ChatGPT is an AI that has basically mastered language. You can have a conversation with it, ask it a super complex question, tell it to draft an email, or even write some creative ad copy for you, and it'll respond in a way that feels just, well, human. It's pretty amazing. That ability, of course, brings up a massive question. How in the world does it get so good at this? Let's pull back the curtain for a second and see how it actually learns. It's this really fascinating two-step process. First, there's something called pre-training. Imagine the AI reading a giant chunk of the internet. Books, articles, websites, you name it. That's where it learns grammar, facts, and even how to reason. Then comes the fine-tuning. This is where human trainers come in and act like coaches, guiding the AI to give answers that aren't just correct, but are actually helpful and make sense. Okay, so that's all the cool tech behind the scenes. But for any business owner, the real question is pretty simple. How do we turn this incredible technology into actual growth and revenue? And the answer is, it's already happening. Smart companies out there are figuring out how to take these tools and turn them into real, actual revenue boosters. They're moving AI from being just a cool novelty to being a core part of their strategy for growth. And here's where the rubber meets the road. I mean, think about it. For lead generation, AI can sift through data to find potential customers you would have totally missed. For SEO, it can help optimize your website content so you show up higher on Google. It can draft your blog posts, your social media updates, and it can even help your team answer client questions in seconds, which is a massive productivity boost. But, and this is a big but, like any powerful new tool, AI is absolutely a double-edged sword. To use it right, you have to understand not just the amazing opportunities, but also the real risks. So on the one hand, the pros are fantastic. It saves a ton of time, it can analyze huge amounts of data in a flash, and it's always on 24/7. But on the flip side, it can get things wrong. It doesn't have real human judgment or context, and if we rely on it too much, it can make our own skills a little rusty. The key is what experts are calling AI done right, where you get all the benefits while carefully managing all those risks. Which brings us to probably the most important takeaway of all. You have to treat AI like a brilliant assistant who sometimes makes mistakes. This quote says it all. ChatGPT is smart, but it is not perfect. Always, always verify critical information. The human still needs to be in the driver's seat. And that leaves us with one last, really interesting question to think about. As AI starts to handle more and more of the routine, predictable stuff, what's left for us? What work, what skills like creativity, critical thinking, empathy are going to become even more valuable precisely because they're the things that are uniquely human? Food for thought.